caregivers.
Today's mental health check, new research by the Girl Scouts of the USA finds girls as young as 5 are experiencing loneliness, and that can chip away at their self-worth and prevent them from making new friends. The research found 68% of girls between the ages of 5 and 13 say they experience loneliness, and about half of them say they find it difficult to make new friends. Joining us now is Dr. Devika Bhushan. She's a pediatrician and a board member at the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's good to have you, Doctor. Thanks for being with us. Why do you think we're seeing those numbers? Why are so many young girls feeling lonely?
Thank you, Kate, for having me on to talk about this really important topic. I think loneliness is an epidemic, and it's not necessarily new. But as we all know, especially through the pandemic, all of these facts have been intensified and exacerbated. So this latest survey features about 1,000 girls in the month of March. And as you mentioned, nearly 70% of them are feeling lonely. And as they're growing up between those ages of 5 and 13, as their levels of loneliness are going up, their rates of self-esteem and confidence are going down.
And how does getting lonelier, these girls, a lot of them said that they got lonelier as they got older. What kind of impact is that going to have long term on their mental health?
Absolutely. So we know that as girls feel lonelier and less than, their mental health, including depression, anxiety, rates of disordered eating, suicidal ideation, all of these kinds of things are going up. And so loneliness and feeling less self-worth have real health impacts.
How do parents and other adults around kids find out if a child is lonely? Where can we start?
Really good question, because in kids as young as 5, as what this survey showed, oftentimes loneliness and other feelings of stress aren't expressed directly, right? A lot of kids can't actually verbalize, hey, I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling empty, or I'm feeling alone today. And a lot of times earlier on in life, what parents can start to look for are changes in behavior or changes in health. So, for example, if a kid starts to have trouble sleeping at night, or if there's a certain skill that they had already gained that they're starting to lose, like wetting the bed at night again, or if their grades are slipping, or if they're just not acting like themselves, those are clues that something else might be going on, that their stress response may be being activated by something that needs to be investigated.
We said at the beginning that about half of the girls who were surveyed said that they have trouble making friends. So is there a way that parents can help with that part?
I think it has to do with building a kid's sense of self-esteem and confidence. And that starts really, really early. So it's small things. It's complimenting girls, especially for traits that represent who they are instead of what they look like. So instead of saying, oh, that's such a pretty dress, or you have such a nice smile, saying something like, you were so kind to Billy today, and I really noticed that. Another thing that parents can do, and this is counterintuitive, Kate, is letting their kids fail. So supporting them to the extent that they need it, but really letting them try new experiences on for size and figuring it out on their own, because that sends the message that, hey, I trust you to figure this out, and I know you can do hard things. Whereas when we come in to try to rescue our kids from little things like, let me help you tie your shoelaces, let me help you do this new thing that you've never done before, we are sending the message that we don't think they're capable of trying that on for size and being successful at that new thing.
And it seems like a lot of times parents tend to do that with girls rather than boys. Am I right?
I think that's absolutely right.